Peace, family. This is Dr. Kia. It is Monday, February the 14th, 2022. Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, my lovers, my goddesses, and gods on the great planet called Tiamat or Earth. Or what's another name for her? Um, Terra. Happy Valentine's Day. On yesterday, or was it? Oh, it was early this morning. Actually, I did a video on why it's important for women to marry men or to mate with men who will leave them a legacy. So check that out. That's really important. Something you should review on Valentine's Day as you peruse through your index or look through your marriage or dating catalogs and decide who you're going to spend your time with. Make sure that person is worthy of you and make sure they will leave you with a legacy. So they should not only provide and protect you or provide for you, but they should, and while they're living, but they should also leave you something for you and your posterity. Look up posterity for those of you who've never heard the word. It's critical. In other words, it means your future generations. All right, let's get to some geopolitical news. I'm back. Yes, honey. Of course, this last month has been so challenging. My loved one, my children's father, for whom I was a caretaker or caregiver, was very, very ill. And, it led to going to some hospitals and hospital visits. And I talked about that in some of my other videos. It was a challenge, but he did eventually transition into the ancestral realm, and that was very sad. We had to figure out the plans and arrangements. I call it homegoing services or celebration of life rather than calling it a funeral because that's the way I see it. It was amazing. So thank you all who participated. Thank you all for sending your love, your support, your cards, your thoughts, and your prayers and positive, high vibrational words of upliftment and encouragement. I really appreciate you. Sorry about this shaky camera. I'm going to have to get something a little better. But so, geopolitical news. Did you all notice that at the Super Bowl and during Super Bowl advertisements, there was some really, really good information for those of us who are in the movement of freedom and liberation for humanity. I know most of us don't watch sports, or a lot of us do not. However, there was some juicy advertisements. I don't know if you saw it, what flashed on the screen with, I think it was NBC, the Peacock Network, that's what I call it. Well, there were a couple of things that came on the screen. One of them was the Super Bowl, I think it was LV1, which is Super Bowl 16. The sign, a lot of people thought it was they were like, oh, I see a lot of blood in the L, the V, and the 1. And they do sacrifices during the NFL, yada, yada. And that's true that they possibly have done that in the past. But if you look closely, it's all about perspective, family. It's all about what you see, your point of view in life. Everything is about point of view, perspective. And sometimes you have to do a paradigm shift. If you looked in the L, the V, and the 1, you actually see palm trees. So that's what I'm using as my thumbnail. Look and you'll see palm trees and a sunset. Yes, honey. Do you know what a sunset means? It means the end of the day. It means that game over. It means we're in the finale. So child, this was so exciting. And it's also interesting that the teams that played was the Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. I think the Bengals logo or mascot is a tiger. We are in the year of the tiger. So look that up and see what the year of the tiger represents. And my understanding is that the Rams won. If you remember from the Bible, there was a ram in the bush when Abraham was told by the God of the Bible to make a sacrifice. And I believe he had to sacrifice his firstborn son. It's been a minute since I read. I used to read the Bible every year, cover to cover, but it's been a minute. Lord have mercy. But anyway, so he was supposed to sacrifice his son to the God. And it's interesting how a lot of religious people would say sacrifices are not good. People who are pagans or other, religions should not sacrifice. But there are sacrifices in the Bible all throughout the Old Testament. Anyway, so the God of the Bible had told Abraham to sacrifice his first son. Your first son is the son of your posterity, the son of your lineage. They're supposed to take on the family name. They're supposed to take on most of the wealth when the father passes. So to sacrifice your firstborn, your prized possession, is huge. So Abraham was going to do it. He was going to obey the God of the Bible, Yahweh, who some say is actually I don't want to get into that, but it's actually one of who is it Enki or Enlil, one of the gods or the fallen angels who created religion. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Abraham was going to make the sacrifice, but he was sad by it, and he was not really feeling that. Which, who would? But you obey, your Lord or your Creator, and Abraham felt, that this is something he must do. But at the last minute, when he was about to make that sacrifice and actually take his son's life in exchange for whatever the Creator was going to give him, the Creator allowed him to see that there was a ram who was caught in the bush. And since Abraham was willing to obey God, or the God of the Bible, God said, you don't have to do it. Your heart was willing. You were in the right place. So here's a ram in the bush, or something, an animal that you can sacrifice in the stead of your firstborn son. So that's interesting that the Rams was in the NFL games. So it makes me wonder if this is a ram in a bush, if it was a sacrifice of some sort, for on a spiritual level during the year of the tiger. Now, what's also important to note is during the advertisements, you saw flash across the screen something that said in game. So if you have been keeping up on Q posts that came out since October 2017, you know that there was a lot of conversations about the end game. And people have asked me, what is end game? End game means game over. It means the deep state is over. The cabal is over. These satanic people who have done so much to enslave humanity, to do things to our offspring that are ungodly, unseemly, and offer them to these false gods. Their game, their time is up, is over, is done with, is kaput, is out of here. Pieces, deuces, whatever you want to say. It's over. Okay? So that's how I see that. And then there was a screen that came across during the advertisements that said, the Queen. How many times have I told you that the Queen is the marker? It is the finale. It's the last thing that is supposed to happen. The death of the Queen is the last thing that's supposed to happen, to signify, or as a marker to signify that the end of the cabal, I can't say that word, but the deep state is over. So I would be looking for information or intel about the Queen, being out of here, maybe having transition. We know that there was a Queen, Betty White, or Snow White, who is the sister of, what is the prime minister of of a country in Europe? What is her name? Oh, I can't think of her name. Her sister, but also the daughter of Aleister Crowley, who was said to be the most evil man in the world. She was the handler of Hollywood, so she participated in a lot of rituals. They also called her the Queen. They said she played the Queen in many shows. Well, when she passed away, that may very well have been a marker of the Queen's death. And we all know that the Queen of England already succeeded power to Mr. T, the real chief, what do they call it? Chief of the military, or the number 45, according to the old United States of America Corporation, and number 19, according to the Republic of America, which is the rightful, lawful name of this country. The corporation no longer owns this country. But I brought this up because an article came out, and I'll put the link in the comment section, from Benjamin Fulford. If you don't know about Benjamin Fulford, please look him up. I'll put the link again, as I said. But I want to read this briefly, and this camera is like a little shaky, but it says, the United States corporation may implode this week. This is the geopolitical news that is out. It says, if all goes well, the satanic parasitic entity known as the United States of America Corporation, will go bankrupt and implode this week. I'm telling you, that's what the whole NFL comms was about. That's what this whole game was about. They're going to be over this week. If that happens, then a domino effect will result in the removal of the blackmailed, bribed, and brainwashed fools posing as leaders in other G7 countries. Family, this is exciting news. Be encouraged. Things are almost over. And then it says they were given until this week to come up with the money or be cut off from the borrowed money they need to stay in business. So as you all know, the United States Corporation was created in 1871. It was a group of bloodline families that usurped authority from the Republic, which is our constitutional or lawful name for America. They usurped authority from the people in power who were supposed to be helping us, or we the people, and they created their own constitution called the Constitution of the United States of America Incorporated, or corporation. That corporation has a 501c3. That corporation is registered with Dun and Bradstreet because it is a business. So all of those three-letter organizations, FBI, CIA, CPS, all of those things, those three-letter entities, all of them are also corporations or corporate entities that have a tax ID, that are registered with the Dun and Bradstreet. They're all corporations, even the police department, corporations, unlawful corporations, the court system, unlawful. They are part of the United States Corporation and not a part of the Republic. So this is good news. If all goes well, that will be completely kaput. Some people have said that they've already been bankrupt. So maybe this news will come out, this information will come out. So be encouraged. It says we are asking the mostly Asian creditors to please not extend them any more funds and let this main course of the world's evil die. The White Hats are promising to move in after the implosion to restore democracy, freedom of the press, and complete economic, social, environmental stewardship. So I think that this information coming out is amazing. It's probably mostly for those who don't understand what's really going on. Of course, those of us who know what's going on, we've been saying this for a long time. So family, be encouraged. You know, the Asian markets look like things are getting a little kind of sketchy. So we can ask the Asians to cut off the funding all we want, or that party that's kind of like socialist. We can ask that party that starts with the C to cut it off, but their funds already cut off because, family, we saw, what is the name of that major corporation, that major, oh God, what is it called, that went bankrupt recently? Gosh, it's escaping me. I'm so excited. Oh God, what is it? Oh, now I'm gonna have to look it up. Well, anyway, I cannot think of it. Was big. Oh, Evergrande, and the Evergrande bond defaulted. So that party which funded it, which was aligned with it, is over. It's done. It's kaput. And when the Evergrande bond collapsed and crashed, then everything tied to it, all the world global markets, financial markets, will implode too. So if I were you, I would stock up on some precious metals, whatever you can do, even if it's just a little bit, an ounce, a gram, a few grams, a few ounces. Get some silver, gold, or you can get Arum notes, gold Arum notes, which is 24 karat gold that's been pressed onto something that kind of look like paper, but it's not. It's flexible. One day I'll bring it to you so you can see what it looks like. It's only a few dollars, but it is real 24 karat gold that's been pressed out. Get that, or get continental silver, which is pre-1965 silver. Get some of that. And let me move over here for a minute, because I want to share something with you that I thought was really, really interesting. There is something coming to the city of Jacksonville. It's called an Orange Park Roadshow buying event. Isn't that interesting? Can you see that? A buying event. They'll be here for 5 days. And it says, bring your collectibles for a free evaluation. We'll give you money on the spot. Bring your silver, bring your gold, bring your jewelry, bring your copper, bring anything that you can so we can buy it from you. Family, if they are doing this, if they are trying to get your silver and gold and precious metals out of your hands, it's because they know this is the end. This is the end times. They want to take all of your wealth from you. Don't allow it. Don't do it. Get some. If you don't have enough money for silver, get like I said, pre-constitutional silver, which some people call junk silver, which I don't know why. It's 93% silver, I think. Yeah. No, 90% silver. If you can't do that, get sterling silver. It's really, really cheap. Sterling silver is 92 to 93% silver. So get those things in your possession. Keep your refrigerators, your microwaves, your cell phones, your car, your catalytic converter. All those things contain silver. Silver has not only been used for money throughout the centuries, but it's also been used for industry. So everything just about that you have, all your appliances have silver in them. Don't give them away. Hold on to them. You might be able to melt them down, take them apart, or whatever, so that you can cash them in if you need to, or hold it for and store your wealth. Now, I talked about in my video yesterday about making sure the man that you marry or the person to whom you marry has something, some type of wealth, some type of value, something that he can or she can leave, if you're in a same-sex marriage, leave to your posterity. But you don't have to leave it totally up to them. You can collect precious metals now because we are moving to the gold and silver standard. If you don't believe me, then you need to ask yourself why all these people are trying to get your possessions out of your hand. They say they take paper currency, sports medallia, like your sports cards. Remember we used to trade basketball cards? They'll take that. Your clocks, your war memorabilia, your wristwatch. These people are something else. Your class rings from when you graduated from high school and college, your clocks, everything, sterling flatware, tea sets, and silver sets. They're saying, give it to us. We'll give you cash on the spot. You're going to give me cash money, fiat dollars that's not backed by anything, that's practically worthless because they've been printing so much money? Oh, so you'll buy all of my real wealth and give me fiat dollars. Ciao. This system is almost over. You heard it from me. I'm Dr. Kia Pruitt. I love you. Let's keep our vibrations high. Let's do what we can to be ready for this bankrupt corporation to end. And now the Republic is being restored, and our real Constitution for the United States will replace the Constitution of the United States Corporation, and we will be in a system or in a society that is for we the people. I love you again. Take care. Keep each other encouraged and uplifted. Bye. Ta-da for now. Or is it ta-ta? Ta-ta. Peace, family. Bye.